but the basics are the same. Introduce yourself, talk about your qualifications, talk about the community you serve, get your past customers to talk about you, and let people know how the market's doing every now and then. Stay connected and use video to deliver that message. Now, we're very excited because two of the gentlemen who are on this reel are here with us today. First, we have Mike Randall from Coldwell Banker Tech Properties in Florence, Alabama. Mike, you want to come up?
Yes, sir.
We noticed Mike when we first started getting into On Location. Mike was one of the first guys out there doing video, and we were just loving the stuff he was doing. And so I've been using his video for about 2 years now, and I finally met him this week, and I've been so excited. But I kind of like knew him already because I'd used the video for so long. So Mike does a great job with video listings. And the second person I'd like to introduce is Evan Matteson from Coldwell Banker Apex Realtors in Dallas, Texas. Come on up.
I'm going to put this, if you don't mind.
And you saw Evan do the market report at the end of the video, and those market reports caught our attention early. And I don't know if you noticed something about the market report. Okay, this is the video still. And one of the things I don't know if you noticed, it's episode 170. Did everyone catch that? Okay, that's a lot of episodes. These guys are consistent, and what they're talking about is what's going on in the market, and we love that whiteboard. Because what that whiteboard tells me every time is that there is actual data that these guys are sharing. It's real numbers. They're not making them up. It's not some top-line market report. And if you follow them, you know these guys are serious, they're trustworthy, and they're giving you the information you need to make the right decision to buy or sell a home. So we love these episodes. But to put this in perspective, 168 episodes on TV, you'd be talking about Hogan's Heroes and Mary Tyler Moore. That's a lot of episodes. And the next time they do a market report, episode 171, they'll be tied with Mission Impossible and LA Law. That's a lot of episodes. That's a lot of consistency. So we have the all-stars here. So come on down and sit down, and we'll go with it. What was it that finally got you over the hump to do these and to do these so well?
Well, let me go first.
Absolutely.
All right. I think the first thing, I was at the Coldwell Banker Convention in San Antonio a couple of years ago, and they had a little YouTube set up, and they were shooting agent profile videos, and I did one of those, and I got a lot of heat for it at the office and that sort of thing, but it kind of gave us the idea to start maybe trying to do it with our properties, and so we did the video of the very first listing, and it was just a matter of just jumping in. Certainly we were uncomfortable, nervous about it, but we dove right in head first, and the rest is history. So,
well, how about you, Evan?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot to take on, new technology and that sort of thing. But diving in, getting a camera and running some little test videos, and then kind of figuring out what we're going to talk about, and then just doing it, and you get better and better and better. It's a month or so in, or a couple weeks, just depending on the person, I guess, it becomes kind of second nature.
What was the hardest thing for you guys? Was it the technical side, the camera, the editing, or was it the on-camera, being out there and just kind of being in a place you weren't comfortable necessarily being in?
Well, the most, I guess the hardest thing at first was the shooting and the editing. You know, the shooting, you make little silly mistakes. You know, I'm in front of a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, and you get back and edit that, and you go, goodness, that's a 4-bedroom. So now all of a sudden you've got, footage that you can't use, and so you've got to edit that part out. And also, when you first start doing it, you're so overly critical of yourself. You know, you're like, wow, do I talk like that? You know, wow, do I look like that? You know, man, I put on some pounds, or whatever. So, and you're overly critical of yourself, and it makes it, you're a lot harder on yourself. So you're uncomfortable shooting it at first, and then you're uncomfortable editing it because you don't want to put certain things out there and that sort of thing. So I guess all of it was, but you just work through that, and you get more comfortable as you go.
Yeah. Mike, technical or camera?
I would say for us, it was just the time, because we're very big on branding, so the time trying to figure out, we're going to put this out there, what do we want it to look like? And so we spent some days talking about, well, we could talk about this and that, and kind of getting the format down. And so then we went through the thing with the video, but then, yeah, it hit the editing thing, and you're just like, okay, how much of this do we want to do? And get better at it, and you have to do less takes, and therefore you have to do less editing. So that's.
Can you describe the process from beginning to end on episode 170? How long did it take shooting and editing?
I'm glad you asked about 170 because the first one it was a lot longer. 170 total probably took about 45 minutes. Basically, that is our assistant pulls. We created a format of certain numbers that we wanted, as you saw on that board. And so she pulls those numbers, that information for us. And then we transfer that onto the board, set up the camera. We actually have some painter lights so that we have some more light on our faces. We just plug those in. We just have them up all the time. Record the video. I take it back to the computer, plug it in, download it, and pull it into we use Microsoft Movie Maker, put it in there, and export it.
How about you, Mike? Beginning to end on that house on the green.
Beginning to end, we go out to the property, and my assistant Sarah is the camera person, and she, I basically treat the camera and her as if they are a buyer. I try to just forget that I'm talking into a video camera, and I try to just treat it just like, hey, this is a buyer, and I'm just trying to show them all the features I can possibly think of about this property. We shoot the video. It takes us now, I'm glad I'm not talking about the first one because it's like 6 days, yeah. No, kidding.
6 days?
Yeah.
It's a holiday.
Yeah. But no, it takes us probably about an hour total time. We go and shoot the video. It takes us about 30 minutes, depending on the property, and then it takes about 20 minutes, 30 minutes to edit it. So.
And so, what do you guys are both using flip cams, right?
Both use flip cams. Yeah.
Okay. Does everyone know what a flip cam is? Okay.
Good.
So, why do you like the flip cam?
I like it because it's idiot-proof, pretty much, and so that works good for me.
Second.
Third.
There you go.
Cool. And then what software do you use on editing?
I use the actual Flip Share software that comes with the flip camera, and I've used the Movie Maker when I started out using a Sony Handycam, and now we use the Flip and the Flip Share software just because exactly what Evan said. It's just idiot-proof. It's just really easy.
The Flip Share software is really good.
What was the reaction of your peers or your competitors? I mean, what were you getting for diving in the pool?
Well, at first, I think people were just a little bit unsure about why you were doing it, and it's different. Nobody else is doing that, and so you get a lot of heckling, I guess. As far as just people giving you a hard time about it, in a good spirit, but
that happens in Alabama. It's not good spirit up there.
Yeah. And but I think people obviously caught on, and I mean lots of people in our market now do it. It's amazing how many people are doing it now. So.
Yeah, I'd say at our office, a lot of people just kind of looked at it and they're just like, oh, that's just a young person kind of thing. And I'm just like, no, it's really not. You should all be doing this.
Yeah, talk about that, because that's another thing that I've seen as we go around the country. And what I love about what you're doing with your dad is that you kind of have, a multi-generational presentation.
Absolutely.
And I'm assuming he's the tech guy and you're not.
Right.
But
you just have to embrace new technology. It's going to happen regardless. And so if you just dive in, and if you need to ask questions from someone and you feel like it's a young person thing, then find a young person and ask it. But it's not. I mean, as you saw in these videos, there's people from, in all different areas of the country and different age ranges that are doing this.
Well, and when we're talking your area, kind of within the Dallas metro, is kind of on the outskirts and a destination that people may not be familiar with. So
yeah. Dallas is interesting. The agents that are in the middle of Dallas-Fort Worth area, they a lot of times won't venture out. They try and sell kind of in their area. And we're about 25 minutes outside, and there's a lake that divides us. You have to go over a lake, which, interestingly enough, is one of the best things about our area, because I cannot tell you how many people said when they drive across that lake coming home from work, it's like they're going home to vacation rather than, just going home. But it's just interesting. You don't get a lot of agents from the Dallas marketplace coming out. They actually usually find Rockwall on their own, and we knew because of that, because we've heard that over and over again, that we needed to be promoting Rockwall so that people would see those videos and then attach to us as well.
how do you guys use video not only on location or on YouTube, but in your entire social media strategy?
Take that first.
Sure. What we do is we upload it to the Coldwell Banker on location site. We upload it to our YouTube channel that we have, and then we also upload the videos to Facebook, or either we link them to Facebook, and we get a lot of interaction that way. Even people who might not be in the market for a home but may know the person because we're in the same friend list or sphere of influence, and they want to see. It's interesting to them because, hey, this is my friend Ryan's house that you've got on the market. I want to check it out. And we get a lot of interaction by using that.
Evan, can you kind of talk about how else you're using video?
Yeah. So in addition to the market updates that we do, we focus on talking about the neighborhoods that are around our area, because they can be pretty different. And talking about not just the number of homes, but also the schools that people attend in that area, because people want to know that. They want to know that kind of information. And then we also do interviews with professionals that we work with, title company, insurance agent. We've had a commercial developer on talking about the commercial real estate market, even though we do that every now and then, but we don't focus in that. We still think that that's stuff that people want to know about.
Tips or like things to avoid?
Gotcha. Definitely one thing that will save you a ton of time would be when you go out and shoot your video, and if you do double takes, triple takes, quadruple takes, however many takes it takes, you delete those there at the house. In other words, if you know you're not going to use it, if you know you're not happy with it, just delete it right there on the spot. And the reason why is because when you get back to your computer to edit this video, you're going to have to watch every video that you shot in order to put the pieces together to make a finished product. And the more you have, the longer it takes. So if you know you're not happy with it, you know you're not going to use it, delete it right there at the house. And that way what you upload to your computer is minimal, and what you have to watch to edit is minimal. It saves you a ton of time.
Okay. So I'm going to second that one. It's huge. It really is. But I would say things like having the sun in front of you so that your face is lit up, it's not behind you, so that they can't see your face otherwise. Point of light, tripod. It's really simple, but it keeps it steady. I mean, just having a tripod, go out and buy a $25 tripod and put it there, and literally, so you have someone that actually shoots with you. It's usually because it's both my dad and I, or me and my wife or whatever. We don't normally have someone else there, so I will literally, you don't see it in our videos, but I would go over to the camera, turn it on, and then walk back in. So I edit that out for the final video, but we just have it on a tripod. It can stand there, record, and then when we're done, I get up and walk around. Tripod was like so simple, but so essential.
I think you guys are doing a great job. Keep it up, and guys, thank you so much for coming out here today.
Without further ado, I'd like to close out what I felt has been a very worthwhile and fun day, and I want to thank you guys for being here. Without a doubt, one of the best speakers in the industry is Mr. Jim Gillespie. The only reason he's not the leader of the free world is because he chose not to be. Would you please welcome Jim Gillespie?
I'm telling you, I feel real good about the future of our business with two young guys like Mike and Evan that have just taken over, and it's just fantastic.